गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः।
Namaskar. I, Mrs. Megha Ahire Mohar, welcome you all in the series of Webshala by Nalanda Nrityakala Mahavidyalaya. My sincere gratitude to our Guru Padma Bhushan Dr. Srimati Kanak Rele Madam Ji for giving me this platform to be a part of this web series. I also would like to thank Principal of Nalanda Nrityakala Mahavidyalaya Srimati Dr. Uma Rele Ma'am for providing us this opportunity to share our learnings with our students. This series of Webshala would have been not possible without the cooperation and the support of Mrs. Vaidehi Relelal, Vignesh Mahajan and Narendra Ji. My sincere thanks to entire team of Nalanda Webshala. Our today's topic is depiction of nature in dance. In these days of pandemic, what we missed the most? Yes, the nature. Being with nature. This thought helped me to go back and study to our Indian art forms and find the nature within it. In the works of Rabindranath Tagore, or whether it's a work of Kavi Mahakavi Kalidasa, whether it is Shri Kavalam Narayan Panikar sir, or whether it is Padma Bhushan Dr. Kanak Rele ma'am, we can see very clearly that art, the nature, has helped them and played a major role in developing their personality, and we can see the reflection of nature in their works of art. One of the classic example is Kalidasa's Abhijnana Shakuntalam. Shakuntala is the child of nature. Kalidasa compares her beauty to the beauty of nature. He says, she is as beautiful as the blossoming flower, nimble as a deer, happy as the dew-washed leaves of the forests. She is the bread of nature. This also reminds me of a very famous lullaby by Iraman Thambi. In this lullaby, a doting mother is thrilled by the beauty of her child. She wonders, is this the full moon or a full-blown lotus? And when the child smiles, she feels that it is literally honey dripping from a flower. When the child plays hide and seek with her, she is thrilled by the small little steps and jumps which remind her of a frolicking fawn. When the child laughs, she likens it to the melodious singing of the koel. The child's luster reminds her of the brightness of lightning.
Oh, പൂമേന്തു തന്റെ പൂവിൽ നിറഞ്ഞ മധുവോ പരി പൂമേന്തു തന്റെ
This was the reflection of Vatsalya Bhavam, a mother's love in sync with nature. Now let me introduce you to the another shade of emotion, which is love, Shringara. We all know the love of Radha and Krishna's youthful plays on the banks of river Yamuna. He attracts the living and human beings through his melodious flute. But Indian classical dance, after some period, has moved to the secular padams. Here is one of the very beautiful example of 1st century AD in the Satavahana dynasty, where Gatha Saptashati was created. This is a secular poem in which the Naika heroine persuades her lover not to go on a journey. The season of spring has set in, and she is being pierced by Kamadeva's Cupid's 5 flowery arrows, causing great love and longing to
घर बथ गोरी पहिया मनमोहन गोरी मारू आग मधुकर जगार निम्भरे रन्ने निम्भरे रन्ने महुमास हार पाद मधुकर जतार निम्बर रहे महुमास हार पाद महुमास हार पाद महुमास हार पाद मधुकर जगार निम्बर है मधुकर जगार निम्बर है मधुकर जगार निम्बर है महुमास हार आदत महुमास हार आदत
So the question comes in our mind, how should we portray these various aspects of nature? Bharata answers this through Natya Shastra, Chitrabhinaya, varied representation. It is a special aspect of physical representation consisting of hand poses, head movements, glances, etc. to indicate seasons, forest, vast expanses of water, clouds, regions and timings, etc., which cannot be portrayed through the stage properties or through the special effects of lights. There is another aspect of which deals with the representation of psychological states like joy, anger or sorrow.
To indicate moonlight, happiness, air, flavor, rasa and smell, one is to use gestures for representing touch and horripilation. To indicate the sun, dust, smoke and fire, one is to cover one's face with clothes, and heat of the ground and heat of the sun are to be indicated by a desire for a shady place. The midday sun is to be indicated by looking upward with half-shut eyes, and the rising or the setting sun by a representation of the idea of depths. To indicate anything pleasant and happy, one is to use gestures for representing the touch of one's body together with horripilation. Lightning, shooting stars, peals of thunder, sparks of fire and flame should be indicated by relaxed limbs and fixed looks. To indicate anything audible or visible, whether it relates to the speaker or to the person spoken to or to anyone else, one should point to the ears and eyes respectively. To indicate hot wind, heat from the sky, warding off dust, rains, insects and bees, one should cover one's face. Lions, bears, monkeys, tigers and other beasts of prey should be indicated by holding Padma Kosha, hands downwards in the form of swastika. Each season should be indicated by the sign, costume, activity or scenery which is proper to it or whatever is specially desired or avoided. These seasons, according to the necessity, should be indicated with proper sentiments as being full of happiness for those who are happy and full of distress for those who are afflicted. The speciality in the representation through gestures and the like, which occurs from time to time but has not been mentioned before, when stated in diverse ways, is known as the varied representation, Chitrabhinaya.
This is one of the example of portraying Varsha Ritu. The lyrics are from Kalidasa's Ritu Samhara. Nature is full of rhythm and movement, so that it is a part of Indian classical dance also. Dance is nothing else but moving in time and space. So, while teaching and while learning at Nalanda, we pay attention to some basic exercises which help students to understand the kinetics of that particular land. This is one of the examples. gratitude to Padma Bhushan Dr. Srimati Kanakrele ma'am and to Padma Bhushan late Shri Kavalam Narayan Padikar sir for their contribution in Mohiniyattam, due to which I could relate this subject to my practical knowledge. Thank you for taking us so close to the nature through the works of your creation.